Hello everyone, welcome to the Pequeno pod with Señor Pequeños. If you want episodes early, bonus episodes, special guest interviews, and other perks, please consider supporting us on Patreon, which will give you all of those things for the price of one coffee cup per month. You can find us at patreon.com/pequenopod, Pequeno pod. Otherwise, enjoy this free episode, and I hope you have an awful day.
My computer's just straight up frozen, so I can't see you.
Yeah, you're frozen on my end too.
You're also
Great.
frozen on our end as well, and it's a very flattering face. You could try to change your camera and change it back in that little uppercut arrow. It's not uppercut. What do you call it? That's the little arrow called. Go to that and then change the camera, and then change it back.
I can't even.
What am I trying to think of?
The carrot.
Don't make fun of me.
Didn't you have to do like some kind of programs on your computers with engineering? Don't you know about this stuff or no?
Know about what?
Computers.
Oh, like what little things are called? Yeah,
Don't
I
you
probably
also
should.
have, like,
I probably
computers
should.
in your house?
Yeah, but I don't.
But I don't.
I try to tell people, just because I'm in engineering, I'm still a dumbass. People don't believe me. The best part was, like, as college went on, like, with my friends, I was like, no, seriously, I'm stupid. And they were like, no, you're smart, you're whatever. And then we get to senior year, and they're like, no, I think you're just dumb.
I realized that, like, all my engineering friends just kind of, like, helped each other out through the whole program. So it's not really, like... They're all smart, but at the same time, I feel like they all share a brain. You know what I mean?
Not like in nursing. Here we don't help anybody.
No.
Every man and woman for themselves. Am I right?
It's true.
Dude, I can confirm. There was one kid, we were in a lab, and one kid comes up to me and he's like, I'm not understanding this at all. And I did. So I was like, oh, I can help you. And I helped him go through the problem. He solved it, and he goes, great. And then the next problem I was stuck on, he got it. And I was like, hey, how can you help me, like, walk me through? And he's like, no, man. He walked away. I was like, dude, what?
Oh, that's the worst. That's totally not an engineering mindset, totally. Because I think it's almost too much the opposite in engineering, that, like, you're willing to take answers from anybody. Doesn't matter. You'll be walking out of the building, and someone walking in, they could be a janitor, a hobo, whoever, and they're like, I know that. And you're like, dude, can we sit down and, like, talk about it? We don't care. We just need the answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this point in the podcast, we discovered some microphone issues, so we fast-forwarded to the part of the podcast where they are fixed. So thank you and have a lovely day.
Lively, have you heard about the story of the famous person that has fainted twice for dehydration because she doesn't like water?
Yeah, didn't you send me? It's like Vanessa Hudgens or something.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who that is, but yeah, it was somebody famous. I thought that was hysterical. It's also fake, as is with everything. Like, that sounded too stupid to me, so I kind of took 5 seconds to Google it. And in that same interview, she was like, but I use my cactus water brand, and she just started a cactus water brand. So, wonder how that got in the news.
Wow.
Cactus water.
Crazy.
As if we're not stealing enough things from nature. We're going to go to the fucking desert and steal it from the one plant that exists there. Just suck it out.
You order it, they ship you a whole cactus and just a straw. Figure it out, we don't know.
It's this little Capri Sun straw. Like,
this blows.
this blows.
Tastes like mucus.
Just picking spikes out of your throat.
Refreshing.
Refreshing.
Better than Dasani.
We're always gonna tear on Dasani.
Even though I like it. I've got it in my cabinet right now.
I like this
Shame on
one.
you.
It's something, it maybe subconsciously everyone else knows too, because whenever I go to Walmart, our Walmart occasionally, like, runs out of water, which is bizarre to me. But they'll always run out of...
People are drinking water?
Well, I just mean no one runs out. I've never been at a Walmart where they just ran out of the one thing that's essential for life. Like, sure, we've got Townhouse crackers, but we don't have water. My bad. Like, you didn't order enough of the thing that all humans need. How did you mess that up? But, like, all the spring water will still be there, and all of the regular water is just gone. It's just spring water, and everyone's like, I'm not drinking that shit. I'd rather die.
I'd rather dehydrate.
I'd rather go back and tell my family we're not drinking water for a week.
Honey, I'm pissing tar for a week. Just excuse it.
Honey, we're drinking from the river this week. Kids, let's take a trip on down to the Peoria River.
Ignore the rash that you're getting. Keep drinking.
Road trip to the Mississippi, kids.
Road trip to the ER.
Wait, do you live by the Mississippi River? I don't know, like...
Oh, no, I
Geographic
forget where the
location?
Mississippi River is. We have the,
by
Mackinac
Mississippi.
River is the thing we're closest to, and it's a shit river. All the rivers on here are just filled with shit.
It's like a river next to, like, a big factory. And
Yeah.
everything from the factory just oozes
black.
into it. Yeah.
It's not moving. It's just like a stationary...
Sludge.
It's just a stationary giant pudding.
Yeah,
Yummy.
it's like those rivers where they call it like a chocolate river to make it like a tourist attraction type thing, but it's just really like flowing mud.
Wait, what?
Is that a thing?
You've
thing?
never heard those kind of things? They're
No.
like, oh yeah, we have like a chocolate river in our town, and I'm like, that's
Wow,
just
didn't know you could do
doo-doo
that.
water.
So if your river's filled with just chemicals and piss, you can just call it a chocolate river and people will come to see it?
Yeah, people are like,
You're
oh,
making
It's
that
like
up.
there's like dead animals floating in it.
Oh, look,
it's just like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Chocolate frog.
What's
the
the red
chocolate
stuff
bunny.
oozing out of it? Red chocolate.
Why are its
It's
eyeballs
raspberry
deflated?
filled.
Why is its eyeballs missing? It looks like it has no soul.
Yes.
It's a chocolate deer.
That's why you shouldn't eat too much. Now come on.
Come on, kids, keep moving. Oh gosh.
Our planet is vibing right now. It's
Oh
great.
yeah, definitely. It's totally. You know whose fault? The liberals.
Oh no. Kotaro.
Everyone's
The
just
call.
headbutted their dashboard on their car.
Have you seen that video where the kids are like, Joe Biden, and like Joe Biden? You've never seen that video?
No.
Oh, it's so bad. It's a bunch of
Believe me, I
college
would have been
kids.
complaining about it.
I don't remember what they're doing a parody
They were-
song of, but they're
They were
just
singing Joe Biden. That's
Yeah,
what they
but-
were doing.
but they were replacing all the words of it with Joe Biden, and it was really bad. And Joe Biden's just standing there nodding. And
I'm sorry, Joe Biden was president. He was there.
Yeah, yes.
Wait, what?
Please
I got
tell
hair
me
and
you've
legs.
seen this
Wait, no,
video.
was this a live event? He was actually there?
He must have been speaking at a college or something.
You're kidding? This was real?
Yeah, how
These
real
are
is
grown college kids.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness, what?
I only know of it because of memes. Now I'm like frantically gonna scroll through my
Wow.
Just
memes.
standing there.
My
got
my
hair and
phone's
legs.
like only
Hi.
memes.
My buddy Corn Pop.
How did I get here?
How did
Is this Korea?
He just starts playing with his like face for no reason. Just
His face is falling off his.
yeah, the
he keeps trying to
his
pull it
skin
back
mask.
on. It's like the alien from Men in Black. Urgh. Water, sugar,
Sugar water.
sugar in water. Jill. Oh golly.
Watch out, like the Trump supporters like run to us. They're like, they're saying it.
They're actually somebody-
he's not real either.
someone's finally bringing attention to it. Joe Biden, alien confirmed.
Joe Biden is fake.
There were actually people arguing in the comments of that video, though. I thought it was hysterical. People were
About
just
what?
like, please stop. He's such a beautiful old man. And then people would be like, no, fuck him in the ground. I just was sitting there with popcorn, like, I love it. It's two 5-year-olds just
insane.
going at it. They know
Who
nothing
can,
about
like,
anything.
Defend him. I don't understand it.
My
like,
buddy
when-
Corn Pop. I got hair and legs.
I really love the edits of him where it's just like not edited very much, but it's still him talking and it's just
It's
a
literally just
stream of
him in real
attempted
life.
consciousness. Yeah. It's like he's really trying.
Can of soup is 50 cents and we got field workers out. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, what are you talking about?
It's funny for 2 seconds, and then I'm like, because
Oh, he's
like
president.
we're doomed. Anyway, moving on to something we can actually talk about. So
No.
Why
next week-
masks are so dumb as an alliance.
Demonetized. So next week is Halloween, and we've had this saved in our topic idea chat for forever, but spoopy stories.
Ooh.
Spoopy
yeah.
stories. I have none, so it's
What do you have
mostly me
none?
checking in and seeing what kind of occult phenomena you guys have been involved in.
Okay, well I have like long ones, so
Oh, you want?
I'll let,
okay, well,
I'll let
wanna
Lively
hear.
tell hers and then
No, I want to hear Nick's long one.
I love Nick's stories. They're just so good.
there's a few. I don't know. Okay, there's
Man, imagine having this much scary thing happen to you. Imagine saying a complete sentence. Can't. I can't.
Imagine
speak,
scary when the thing happens.
Juliana, you never finished the wasp thing. While he's thinking of that, what?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
What is up
that's
with
a
the
scary
wasp
story,
situation? So
honestly.
you've just been sharing pictures and stuff all week. There are wasps infested in your house. Your dog has killed 3 a day.
I can't
for
tell you
2
the body
weeks.
count. I can't tell you how many he's got on him.
How does a dog kill a wasp? I'm curious though, because it's a dog. Like,
It's like, yeah, Nick, what you just did where you big chomped.
Thank you.
My dog will, like, jump off of the sofa and, like, go flying and big chomp one as it's, like, flying by. And
What?
Impressive.
he'll
That's
capture
impressive,
it.
dude.
Yeah,
Props to your dog.
He's so
Jeez.
agile, or he'll, like, jump off the bed, or, like, wherever. He can jump really high as well, so he'll just jump where he is and snatch one out of the sky.
He's been trying to
And-
kill himself for weeks. It's just a coincidence there are wasps there.
There's another wasp that got in my way.
My dog keeps jumping off the sofa and the 3rd floor landing.
Yeah.
And the roof.
Yeah.
He keeps trying to hang himself. Sorry.
My baby! Dude, he's right here. Cover your ears.
Oh, hey, dude.
Bandit,
Oh, he's
please.
dead.
He succeed. Oh no.
Succeed. Yeah, okay. You have to have a general feeling of where the nest is, right? Where are they coming from?
Honestly, no idea.
The garage. I thought it was the garage.
I thought it was because like a month ago, my mom went in there and was grabbing some laundry out, and she was like 3 wasps just flew by me, and I was like, there are wasps. See, I told you. She's like, there's got to be like some.
Oh, it must have
coming-
been the wind.
Yeah. So then
It's
my
spoopy
mom.
season.
So then my mom. My mom started believing me that there were wasps.
The new CD of horror sound effects is gonna be crazy. Now with more wasps.
Screaming for 2 hours and just swatting sounds. And every once in a while, a dog chomp. So it's just like.
No,
People
my-
pay for
Track
this.
2.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. I still can't believe your family hates you so much they didn't believe you when you said there were wasps. That's not
No,
something that you
like-
don't believe.
They kept getting like caught in the blinds because like they wanted to get out towards
Idiots.
the window, you know, like they were trying to get outside. So my mom eventually started believing me because there was like buzzing sounds, and my dad's like, "No, it's just a fly. Like I'm pretty sure it's just a fly." And we're like, "Nah, I think it's a wasp." And
Pretty
he's
sure
like,
it's a
"Well,
fly that's like
Yeah.
giant and has a stinger on the end.
Really
Pretty sure
huge
it's just a
fly."
demonic fly.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure it's just
exactly.
fly from hell.
They're literally just useless. You know what? Like in the springtime and the summer, they don't really pollinate. All they do is kind of eat meat. So they kind of just you
Wait,
guys
I
look
didn't
shocked.
know
wait.
wasps eat meat. Hold on. What?
You didn't know that?
No. What? How does that work?
I guess one of the
Go to
ways.
Burger King.
Dang it. The wasps ate my dog.
No, like one of the ways that wasps contribute to an ecosystem is that they're like decomposers. So like when stuff is dead, like, you know, flies will go and like start eating the dead body. Wasps do that a lot.
Of
So
course they do.
of course they do.
Little
So
fuckers.
they don't really do much. You know, like other insects with stingers will tend to like only sting when threatened, but wasps will just kind of like be like fuck it and just do it if they want to, because they have unlimited sting
Stings.
count, so they don't care. But then in the fall, when all of your vegetables and fruits are ready for harvest, that's
Yeah,
when their
my
taste-
harvesting season. When all my fruits and vegetables are ready.
To harvest.
Yes. That is when their tastes will kind of change.
Sorry.
I'm sorry that you don't have gardens. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh.
Growing potatoes in between the floorboards.
Well, you could have like a little balcony like garden, you know. You never seen
No.
What?
I barely care about my life, much less the life of other living
I'm
things.
sorry that I'm like a plant person. I'm sorry. I'm a lover,
Sorry,
liker
continue.
of plants. No, so their tastes change in like the fall to want sweets.
Plants? I'm just kidding. Sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no,
I'm sorry.
not like the plant itself, but like they'll want like
That's not what I was saying.
no. They don't. They
Keep
still
going.
don't. They still.
I don't
even
want sunlight and water. I want a burger.
Okay, there
Enough
are
of this
some
shit.
plants that actually eat meat as well. If you didn't know, they eat bugs. Okay?
Those I knew. Like the Venus flytraps are awesome. I want one.
Some of them eat like newts, like the ones that have like
Nudes?
holes. Can you stop?
Sorry. Continue.
Yeah, they eat nude women, particularly. No,
Nice.
they have like these pools of nectar in them, so like newts and like little small insects will
Oh,
be
you mean like
attracted.
salamanders? Is that what newts are?
Oh, did you actually not know?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay,
I'm stupid.
yes. Like they are like salamanders. You're correct. You're correct.
Thank you. I am an
This is the
engineer.
learning episode. This
Remember
is the
heat transfer
educational
when we
episode,
learned
bro.
about newts?
Stop.
I'm a dumbass.
Trigger warning. I'm gonna start crying.
Oh my
F
gosh.
equals mg times
Stop! Stop!
Newt.
We don't talk about
newt.
newts.
1/2 times the derivative of p
Stop,
sub f.
no.
Sorry.
Did you know that Newton's name actually was inspired by newts? In case you didn't know,
Fuck
for you
newts,
engineer
man.
people.
You're messing with us.
Are you
dude.
telling
No,
me that
I'm
newts? Are you telling me that newts are the reason for why I was emotionally tortured for 7 years?
Yeah, it's
Great.
true.
Awesome.
No, but they have like pools of nectar, so that they get attracted to it, and then the plant just like
Newton had
closes.
pools of nectar. No, I'm kidding.
That was my line. I wasn't gonna say it.
I'm sorry that I don't have a thorough train of thought, and I just go on random tangents.
No, I love it.
Sorry.
I love it.
Doesn't
Continue.
this thing in the background look like phallic shaped? Like, look
Okay,
at that.
well,
Look at
remember when you said your train of thought was
like the shadow of it? Okay, yeah. Anyways, so
as a penis does.
yes.
Yes, mine looks like that.
Yeah, mine
Yeah.
looks like a rolling pin. Mine looks like the end of an umbrella. Continue.
Starts talking about Squid Game. So
What does it have to? Oh.
this is
Nice,
how my
yeah.
brain works. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
So wasps. Yeah. So in the fall, their tastes change, not for like the nectar of a flower so that they could pollinate it. No, because there's not really flowers ready to be pollinated in the fall. They're still not useful. What they do is they start destroying your crops, and they want to eat your fruits and frickin' vegetables, so you can't harvest them, right? So the wasps are like, oh, we're doing our job. We're helping with the decomposing of these perfectly nutrient fresh fruits and vegetables. We're decomposing them. That's what they do. So if you're wondering how they contribute, they eat
They
smaller
don't.
bugs, they eat meat, and I don't really know what other things eat
And they
them.
destroy your crops.
Yeah, and they sting you, so they're great. So got a bunch of them in my house. My dad didn't believe us for basically half a month, and now my dad just like captures them in his hands and like smushes them.
Oh my gosh, how do you do that? They sting you, don't
I
they?
don't know. He's really, it freaks me out. I'm like, at least use a napkin, please. Like,
Just a vat of energy
Yeah.
in between your hands.
did you ever sing that song
Jeez.
when you were a kid? Like, I'm smushing up my baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? That song used to
The
disturb
peanut butter
me.
sandwich made with jam. That's the tune of the song that was.
This is
from
a white
originally.
people thing, dude. I don't.
It really is. It really is. We have no culture or history to learn about, so they just teach us fucking nonsense.
They teach us about murdering, like, innocent insects.
Go
that
outside
help-
and hold the cop's hand. La la la.
Yes. This is what they teach us.
These are the songs we learn when we're 3 years old.
Daniel's just like, okay, I can't laugh too hard at this now.
It's a really funny joke.
Let me turn up the light a little bit more so you can just see how wide I really am. Oh.
It's so good.
So now my dad believes me that they're there, but
But you
I
live in the
hope
same
so.
house. How did he not believe you to begin with? Didn't you not just
He-
drag his hand and pull him into a room where you heard the buzzing? Like,
the thing I don't understand is there's a bathroom that he uses, and when I went in there were 3 wasps just in there, and it's a really small bathroom. So I'm like, how have they either not stung him or that he hasn't noticed? They're
They're
really
perverted.
loud.
That's the problem. I think there is some hormonal whatever. There's the wasps are attracted to fear, man. It's like that's the way my parents are. Like they don't care, and so nothing goes near them. But it's like I'm the one they always target, and I hate it. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's like when I told you guys I was at the dog park and that one
Yeah.
just stung me because I moved away. All I did was move away from it. Like, I walked away
How dare
calmly.
you move away from your father?
Yeah, and then, like, my dad just sat there and let the wasp, like, walk all over him. But I was like, it's already walked on me twice. I think it's, like, attracted to me, so I'm gonna walk away. And then it just darted at me, and I was like, whoa! So, yeah.
What is the plan, though, moving forward? Are you just gonna wait for it to fucking end, or
Yeah,
what?
we've just been waiting for them to die off, like,
Yeah, because that's what happens. Wasps just die the next day
Well, like,
for no reason.
a week ago, I thought they were gonna start dying off because it's cold, and, like...
They're in
like-
the fucking house.
Well, yeah, obviously, they have the
Doesn't
warmth
matter
from
if
the
it's cold
house.
outside.
They
That's
have-
the
They
point
have
of
the
a house.
warmth from the house, but what are they eating? I don't know.
The
what they're
house.
Eating. They're not. Oh my god. Maybe they're in my walls. They could
Are
be.
you, are you missing any babies?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Are you missing
No.
any meat? Are you missing any burgers?
My dad made meatloaf. It's just gone. I don't know what happened.
My penis is gone. Is that a
Yeah.
problem?
Where
No,
are my
they-
balls?
Honey, where are my balls? There seem to be chew marks here. I don't remember them coming from you.
You would expect them to be in my kitchen, but they're not. Like, what are they eating? I know they've been in the bathroom.
Why would I expect them to be in your kitchen?
To get food, to get the meat, to get food, etc.
Okay.
But
Do you leave it
opened
out?
the fridge.
Do you leave it out? I was gonna say.
No, but like we have like box of like snacks, and I was thinking maybe they'd.
You have a box
We
of
have a
meat.
box of meat just sitting out. They've been trying to. We have no idea why.
We
our
do
house
have like
is
a
full
bag
of
of beef
wasps.
jerky. But
Well, that does smell. So I mean, yeah, maybe it could be.
yeah, but no, they haven't been in the kitchen. They've been in the bathrooms a lot because I think they're getting the water. But like, how have they been surviving so long off of water alone? So I was just hoping they'd die off by
I hate
now.
to break this to you, but
And-
water is essential for everybody, even though you don't like it. Juliana's like, I don't know why they're surviving off water. Do
Yeah,
they
what
eat it?
the-
Why
Yeah,
are they surviving off of food and water? I don't
yeah. Who
Don't they
uses
survive
those
off of
things?
not sleeping and having... Sorry.
Yeah, don't you guys just like filter feed?
Filter feed? What's that?
You don't know what filter feeding animals are?
No.
Clams.
Yeah, let me
yes.
harken again. Let me go back to thermodynamics where we talk about feeding fucking clams. It's amazing I've made it this far.
like they just filter through the water and they're just like and they don't
Oh, you don't
and-
mean like an actual feeder, like a bird feeder. You mean like just types of animals that like eat through like filtering shit.
yes.
Gotcha.
You're correct, sir.
What did that have to
Yeah.
do with what? How did that come in again? Who's a filter feeder?
I was just saying you guys aren't. Like you don't just sit there and go
Oh, and
I'm just,
absorb depression from around me. Yeah, that I do. I just
Yes.
harness the darkness from everybody around me. It's like the Dementors from Harry Potter, but instead of sucking joy, I just suck the depression
Dicks.
out of everybody. What was that? The Dick Mentor.
So
Yes.
violent.
The Dick Mentor. Harry's like, oh no, oh no,
Oh no.
suck
Ron,
the joy
come
right
here.
out of me. No.
No.
Oh golly.
Hagrid.
Hagrid.
Come here.
Hagrid, no, stop it. Sorry,
I'm
yeah.
personally like all my friends really used to be into Harry Potter, but I
If
never.
I can be say we got this into something else. Anyway,
I
continue.
mean,
Used
I
to be
got-
into sucking dick.
All my friends are really
Yeah.
used to sucking dick, but you know, times change just like the wasps.
times change.
Fall comes
They
and you
grew
want
out
to
of
just
it.
eat the meat all around you.
And yeah, they're not sucking anymore. They are now eating the meat. So, no, we haven't killed any of them. Really,
You're not gonna
but-
call anybody. You're just
I-
gonna let it happen.
I don't know.
Please call somebody. Call the police. They'll do something. Call the fire department. They'll just spray that jet of water that can like crack your neck, and they'll just break your house down and
Oh
just
my
end it
gosh.
all.
Just end it
That's
all.
better. That's better. I would not be living there. I don't understand how you even sleep at night. If there's
I'm
one
having
bug,
trouble sleeping. I didn't sleep at all for almost 2 days.
oh, it's
and-
terrible.
Well, it's like I kept trying to sleep. Like I kept trying to at least take naps, but then like wasps would be like bzz, like really loud, or like go like bzz around me, and I'm like bruh, and I just like put the blanket over my head so they'd like not crawl on my face, and I'm just like.
Can you not hear them at night anyway? Like, do you have anything? I mean, like, even if they're not near your face, you should still be able to hear them. They're loud, right?
Yeah, they are loud, but like they're really at this point lethargic. Like they're really tired and like not getting food, so they fly around pretty slow. I think that's how my dog's able to catch them so easily. But
I thought it was a one-time thing.
Like,
I thought it was a one-time thing, but you've sent us literally 11 videos of your dog eating a wasp. It's crazy.
All in different places of my house, so you know he's not just like playing with the same one. He's getting different wasps. He doesn't eat them. He just like chomps it and then like throws it around until it's dead. So.
I don't know how that works, but yeah, good for him. Goodness.
Yeah, but he's been like saving me because I get sleepy and then these wasps are flying around me and then my dog will go get them for me.
Ew.
And I'm like, thank you. Thanks, baby.
What a guy. He's dead. He's definitely 100% dead. The wasps are making him their nest.
Yes.
Speaking of the most terrifying thing ever, so what'd you say?
He ingested too much wasp poison. Now he's dead.
Yeah, probably. Is he getting stung in the mouth every time he does that? Jeez. That's what I was thinking. How do you not... A dog doesn't have the hands. I mean, he's... Like... He's just... it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if it's, like, in the garage or, like, our attic. Our attic's not, like, one you walk into. It's just, like, the little, like, crevice thing above there.
Excuse me?
I don't know.
What?
I've never been in my attic.
Your attic is a crevice?
It's like just like a little like there's a square that you can access it, and then it's got like thermal like inhalation stuff up there.
Yeah, that's not a crevice. That's an attic door.
But you can't go up.
My attic is a crack. My attic is a crack in the ceiling, and sometimes we hear whispers and wasps come out of it. No big deal.
It's like a really small space. Like
is that where the wasps are coming from? By the way, the attic.
So I don't know if they're in the attic or the basement because like there's a lot upstairs as well. Like, and I feel like they keep coming out of the vents. So.
Oh, golly, this is awful.
Yeah.
Just burn the
Just
house
kill
down.
yourself. Just
Burn the house down.
Yes.
Not that I would ever tell you to commit a crime, but burn the fucking house down. Golly, that sounds terrible.
Smoke bomb the place at that point.
No kidding. That's what I'm saying. Like we haven't had wasps in our house, but like occasionally we'll get ants. We used to at our old house because it was just we were on that like kind of land, and so we'd have to call somebody and they come and spray it, and they'd be done in a day. Just call somebody, they'll spray it. It's probably gonna be like $150, $200. That's worth it to not have wasps crawl on your mouth at night.
Do you guys remember during the summer when I sent you like hundreds of videos of like when the flies infested my house, like those giant house flies?
I actually
don't
remember that.
My dog was also catching them.
Is your house
you don't remember
hell?
that? Like, I think
your house is hell.
I think a fly came in and
That's
laid
like
eggs.
an omen.
And
Your house is you're experiencing all the fucking plagues. What did you do?
Do you remember like 2 years ago when birds were just flying into the windows of our house?
Do you remember the year before that when locusts had eaten all the plants around our house in a giant real circle? It was a perfect circle. It was weird.
Do you remember when our water turned into blood?
Do you remember when our
totally
firstborn
happened so
died? You remember when the Mississippi turned to blood near our house?
This is not normal for you guys?
Do you remember the week we spent in like supernatural darkness?
Yeah, the sky was
Listing all
red.
plagues. Golly, that's terrible.
Yeah, that was the thing. Flies. I probably killed on my own 30-something flies. So,
Ew.
remember I sent you videos of me running around with the fly swatter? Daniel?
Oh, you know what? I should have sent you the
see.
electric tennis racket thing that I have.
Yeah, you did.
Those are beautiful. You just wave it around the room and just
Yeah, and that's what I
kills
used
them.
to kill the...
Oh, you have one?
Yeah, that's what
so
I
nice.
sent you so many of these videos.
I don't remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday. Okay, I'm sorry. Golly.
Daniel's like, I'm so good at like memorizing stuff. Like,
I memorized.
my memory
No, I've
is
never
so
said that.
good.
I memorized the dumbest things.
Nick,
that make
tell
no
me,
sense.
tell me, Daniel hasn't said that.
Daniel,
He's
you
like,
have said that.
I hear like one line and I'll memorize it for the rest of my life.
You don't listen to the other half though. So yes, that's true. When I watch something like a movie or if I read something, everything else, I have to use Google Maps everywhere. I got lost when I was back home. I got lost in a town that was 10 minutes from us. Didn't know how to get out. Didn't have Google Maps. I called my dad and I was just like, I'm I can't get out.
I
was
thought
like
where you lived
20.
was just like one road. Like they were just small towns where you just take one road and they
Where
all
am I
relate
going?
to each other. Where am I going?
That's
There's
how
no
I can't
turning or
remember
anything.
directions, and I can't remember like people's names or birth. I don't remember my own birthday half the time. It's not good.
What's your
When was
birthday?
my birthday?
I don't know. It's on my calendar. It was yesterday, wasn't it? See what I'm saying? It took me a second. I don't remember these things. It's
Dang.
not personal. It's only like somehow beyond all odds. My family's birthdays are on dates that like make sense, like 11/23, like 1123 or stuff like that. If they weren't,
sure.
my day's on the last day of the month. If it wasn't like that, I'd be fucked. I wouldn't be able to remember anything.
I feel bad if anybody wished me a happy birthday because I don't open like messages at all. So I know Nick sent a
did.
screenshot that said, "Is she into pegging?" So I assume Nick posted something.
Nice.
Yep. Are you?
That's why I
you?
said happy birthday to you in the group chat because I knew you weren't gonna look at the DM.
You haven't opened stuff from like February.
Yeah, it's been.
If you
I'm a
ever do
bad
open
friend.
them, don't respond to them, okay? I don't need
I'm going
500
to.
response
I'm
pictures.
sorry.
You did that to me the other day.
I'm gonna have
We got like
to.
48 responses, and I'm like, what?
Oh, I didn't
I had
get
to
any
scroll
yet.
up and see what I said.
I'm gonna
I'm
have
sad.
to. It's just how I am. I used to be really good about it, and then more people started talking to me, and I was like,
Terrible.
why do people want to talk to me so much? And so then I just stopped opening messages. So
Nice. That's the way
Yeah.
to do it. That's the way Joe
People
Biden
want to be
does
my
it.
friend.
yeah. Yeah, like my childhood best friend was like, "Oh, bro, I meant to wish you a happy birthday yesterday, and I didn't." And I was like, "Fake fucking friends out here. Everybody fake friends. I hate all my friends."
That's the way to, yeah. Good.
I'm very appreciative, as you can tell. See, this is why do people want to be friends with me? I can tell you.
See, it's easy because I don't ask myself that question because I don't have friends to begin with, so that's the way you solve that. You guys don't really like me, do you?
Yeah, we
You're being
willingly
so
are. Just,
offensive.
you're forcing us to be on the show. Like,
Yeah.
we're like,
Yeah, that's what I figured.
This mic will self-destruct that Daniel sent me. Like if I don't come onto these, so
better
I sent you a bomb. I sent you a bomb.
yeah.
Don't record every episode every 2 weeks. I will blow it up. I will keep
Yeah.
wasps in your house to keep an eye on you until you come.
We're just like, why is the mic quality so bad? And why is there a ticking?
Why is there a ticking all the time?
Why is Juliana crying all the time? Why is she shaking and pissing herself all the time? Anyway, before we spoopy story, I need at least hear one from somebody before time wraps up.
No, we could keep going. Unless you guys are gotta go, but I don't
keep
mind. Okay, yes.
Good.
We got
I
time.
have short spooky stories. They're just like one-time instances. They're also both just in my house. So if that doesn't contribute to my house being like,
I think your house is the subject of like a horror movie. You know, those movies
Yeah.
where it's about the house. It's definitely
Wasps.
your house.
Wasp.
I'm
the
not even
film.
kidding. Look back into your past of the house and see who owned it last, because I'll bet it was like Ted Bundy or some shit. The
I
guy
think
that used to
an
be the
old
Zodiac
woman,
killer.
an old woman lived here, and I think she
An
passed
old woman
away.
who sacrificed babies.
Hold on. She passed away in the house?
Yeah, I think she might have. But then after that, a family moved in here. And then
Are you
my family
kidding
moved in
me?
here. I don't know. I don't know very
Doesn't
much
matter about the
this
family moved in
house.
afterwards. Someone died in the house?
Yeah, I don't know. I
You
don't.
think that causes every house to be haunted?
Yeah. If movies have told me anything.
If movies have taught me anything.
No, I mean everybody kind of dies in the house, don't they? I mean, very rarely I feel like do people just die
Yeah, like
at
old
the
people-
grocery market. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Except that one time I was at Costco and like that one lady like passed out. I was like eating my Costco pizza, walking to the car, and I was like, yo. I don't
Tries
know
to
if she
feed her the
died
pizza,
for
just
sure.
squishing it in her mouth. Wake up.
Have you guys seen that picture? Someone shared a picture on Snapchat and they're like mood, and it's an old lady like next to like a big plate of food at Olive Garden. And the next Snapchat is like, oh guys, I'm sorry, she actually died, and it shows the paramedics like taking her out.
What? No, that's hilarious.
Oh
Oh
It was on
no.
Twitter like 2 years ago.
no, that's so bad.
That's terrible, but
No,
hilarious.
I just saw some old lady go like foomp next to her car, and her husband was like freaking out, and like I saw
Ow.
blood like running from her nose, and like she wasn't moving, and the husband was like, ugh, and like people were calling 911. So I don't know if I saw a dead woman that day, But
I went home.
yeah, but right after that, my cousin was like, we gotta go, because we were, like, right next to it. I mean, she's like, there are already people calling 911, we're fine, we gotta get stuff ready for, like, my cousin's wedding rehearsal. It was
Guys,
like,
dinner is gonna be late.
Guys,
no time to
come
help the
on,
dying
we got
woman.
spaghetti getting cold here.
we were in charge of,
She'll
like,
be fine, let her die up in bed.
they were very Italian, yes. But they were like, we had to get stuff ready for my cousin's wedding rehearsal. The night before, mind you, this whole day I hadn't slept at all. Like, this was the next day. The night before, there was an orgy party that I attended. That was all that same day. So, yeah, so then I went to my cousin's, you know.
You can't gloss over that
Just-
and then
yeah.
expect all the listeners to be like, yes.
Well, they don't need to know.
happens.
They don't need to know. I didn't go in being like, orgy party. It was like,
Woo!
it was just like
Definitely
my friend's,
not like that, I hope not.
it was just my friend.
Party.
It was just my friend's birthday party, and like a lot of people were born.
You can't say
happened.
just my
No,
friends. You can't
no,
say the
no,
word just
no.
is not to be before the word orgy party.
Well,
Just
and
an orgy
then
birthday.
everybody was making out. Everyone was making out. Multiple people were hooking up, and then like I called my cousin and was like, I gotta go home. And like my cousin's like, well,
Kissing?
good because.
Orgy party. At a birthday.
Yeah,
At
well.
a funeral.
Hey, let's open the presents. Hey, let's fuck everyone. You see the escalation here?
Let's swap fluids.
Oh,
I
golly.
mean,
Ow!
yeah, it was a party, I will say.
Was this connected to the haunting thing? How did we get on this?
My house is haunted, old people dying. This is how my brain works, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay,
No, I love
anyways,
it.
I've told you before that one time my, like, walls started, like, phasing through and I thought there was a ghost, but it was just, like, the paint bubble, like, exploding, you know?
Yes, because
Yes.
I said that was like Nightmare on Elm Street. I remember that.
Yeah. So it was like a storm. That was scary. I thought it was like a ghost phasing through the wall. Another time I was in this current room that I'm in and like
I'm sorry, hold on. There's like a whole face and hands coming through and you're like, it's just the paint.
that's how
Bad luck!
I
Oh,
was
it's just the
screaming.
paint.
I was screaming bloody murder. Mind you, like everybody was like already in bed and I was just like screaming in my room. Like
Mind you, they didn't believe you because
Was it above you? Like what?
It was above me, so like I was brushing my teeth. I heard drip, 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 but I had turned the sink off already, and I was like.
I kept
And
hearing my
so-
name, and I was like,
so-
must be the sink.
So, like, it started getting louder as I went closer to my room, and I opened the door, and there was just a giant thing phasing through the top of my ceiling towards
Ew.
me.
Hands?
And I was like, ah! And, like,
It was a hand and face, but turns out it
Yeah.
was just the wind.
But, yeah,
Oh,
it was just the storm.
it was just
Yeah.
an orgy party.
Yeah, you know. It was coming through the walls. It was literally coming. You know how it is.
So
And
much
then-
cum.
and then,
it.
and then and then it was just the paint thing. So my parents were like, "You're fine." But yeah, so I was in this room because this was actually shortly after the paint thing because I was like paranoid to be in my room and I was like getting scared because I kept seeing like figures in the vanity mirror that I had recently put in there, and I was just like I'm pretty sure it was just my imagination and I was getting freaked out.
What were you
So-
seeing?
I just kept seeing like people standing in the reflection of the mirror, but like on the opposite side of the room. So like I was like, I'm just playing tricks on my brains. Just woo.
No.
So
No. How distinct were these people? Describe these people.
they're just like figures like this, like staring directly.
Were they
at it,
naked?
like,
Were they wearing
face-
clothes? Was it a man
Were
or
they
woman?
naked?
Just keep posing.
I'm actually asking. Were they wearing clothes? Was it a man or woman? What?
A lot of, it was just men, women, like normally they were just kind of dark figures because I was completely in the dark. So like yeah, so
No
so,
thanks.
like,
Nope.
yeah, so I would get
Nope.
like freaked out. It would just be like people
That's
looking
not
at
your
themselves.
imagination, you weirdo.
It would just be like people looking at themselves in the mirror, and I'm like, if there's
That's
like a
nothing.
there's a thing, if you Googled it, there's a term for it where like when you're looking in the mirror.
Yeah, it's called ghosts.
No, and you vividly see a face like behind you, and then you turn around, and there's nothing there, and then you look back in the mirror, and there's nothing there. There's like a term for it, and so that kept happening in that
Called
vanity.
Satan.
So that kept happening in that vanity, and so I was like, okay, I'm going in my freaking mom's room because I keep seeing the faces. So I came in my mom's room, and that same night, like she has these curtains and they're dark purple, and this figure started coming out of the curtains, kind of like
It
Dementors,
started
like we
what?
were
Out of the
talking
curtains?
about.
Ew.
Like it
Sorry.
started like it's kind of like
I know.
It was kind of floating.
Why does anyone like me?
I don't know. It was floating towards me. It was kind of like a robed figure, like all in black. I couldn't see the face or anything.
And you still think this is your imagination?
And yeah, I did. And I thought it was like sleep paralysis because I was.
You're actually dumb. You're actually
so
dumb.
I was like frozen with fear, and I was like, "This is just sleep paralysis." Like that's why.
No.
So I was like really scared, and the figure like came.
You know when you watch those movies and like a whole demon comes out and people are like, "Oh, it's just the," and they go and investigate. That's you. That's literally you. Where they're like, "Ah, it's nothing. That's you."
Where am I gonna go? Where am I gonna go? Okay.
Anywhere else. They always
Leave
ask
the
that in
room.
movies. Just
Leave
go
the
away.
room. Leave the room.
The nice thing about fields, you can sleep in them because they're not the demon house.
Yeah, I don't have fields near my house.
Doesn't matter. You have something outside the house. Anything else.
Okay.
Sidewalk.
I'd go to the fucking McDonald's, the library, anywhere. I'd run somewhere, anywhere.
Yeah, well,
McDonald's ball pit.
Better than the demon house.
Okay.
Dude, that'd be a good scene in a horror movie. In my head, I want to write a horror movie someday, like a good one.
Somebody
Ball
gets
pit
like sucked into it.
Ball pit demon.
The ball pit, like the hands just like grab people and then like drag them.
It's
into
just
the ball
clown
pit.
hands from Ronald McDonald, just like
Oh, that'd be a
longer than
good
like
one.
natural hands are. They just keep going in circles around you like a snake.
Go on. Eat your
Sucks you with the
McNuggets.
balls.
They're
Anywho.
shoving McNuggets down your throat. Like that's one of the ways he kills you.
You're not eating your fries. Why?
Sorry, that's
I
Mickey.
need you to be
don't know.
nice and plump for later.
What?
Golly. Gonna cook ya. Nice. And have you seen those? What is it? Rocca? Do you remember those old Ronald McDonald videos on YouTube? Oh, that was that in high school?
Rocka.
Yeah. Do you remember those?
Something like that? Yeah.
Oh,
Like
that
kills
like-
children and stuff.
Those were
What?
absolutely hysterical. Have you not seen?
Why
They are
would-
the darkest, worst things ever. So the initial video of that was like, I forget. I mean, it was basically just like Ronald McDonald, like it was kids
crazy.
eating something else. They were like, he was
Eating
eating
Burger
Jack's.
King.
He was like
Oh,
some
it was
other
Burger
company.
King,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
Jack's. And he was like, what are you doing there? And he's like, they say the
Mickey?
burgers are better at Jack. And he slaps the kid in the face. He's like, oh, yes, they are.
Oh, those videos.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. I thought
But
these
like
were
they
real
went
ads.
down the rabbit hole of this was like it like today this would have been a TikTok series, but like they kept going worse and worse to the point where it was Ronald McDonald with a chainsaw killing
Yeah,
kids.
yeah.
There was a kid where he opened his mouth and pulled his tongue out in his mouth.
Okay, yes.
Sorry, I
yes.
don't know.
I
You
know
see
what
how
you're talking
damaged
about.
all of us are because we all laughed at that.
We were crying.
Okay,
Because
so
there
the
was
figure-
another one where it was because the It trailer came out that year. So it was
Oh,
Ronald
clowns.
McDonald and the It clown, like, you go first to kill the kids. And then
Oh,
the
yeah, I
It clown
remember
walks
that.
in front of him and Ronald takes a bat and he starts beating his
Yeah.
head.
Oh my God.
Sorry. I'm insane. Keep going.
All right, talk about your real life demons. Go ahead.
Okay, so it started hovering towards me and it was just like staring above me and then like my mom like made a sound or something and like shifted over and then it like started going back away towards the curtain and then it phased into the curtain and the curtain started like what do you want to call it, billowing or whatever, moving around.
Demoning? Yeah.
Demoning? Yeah, so
Very
it
aware
started
of the verb, yeah.
it started like, you know, kind of like blowing around little, like there was a gust of wind. And so then as soon as it was gone, I like was able to immediately pop up. So I was like, okay, so it wasn't sleep paralysis. Like I could move. I was just really
You just
scared.
said it yourself, not sleep paralysis.
Yeah. So like I thought it was because I'd never had sleep paralysis before and people say like you can't move. But I was just like frozen with fear. Like it's like deer in headlights, I guess. So as soon as it was gone, I like sat up and I went to like go close the window because I thought that's why it was like moving, and then the window wasn't
Oh my God.
open, so
Oh,
it
you're
was
done. You're
so there was
done.
like a gust blowing it from nothing.
Oh yes, the
So-
gust of wind blew it
yes.
over you, and it was hovering over you. That was
Yeah,
the
but
wind.
there-
Wearing,
Yeah,
the wind
but
was
there-
wearing a robe with a face skin.
Yeah, but so the window was
As the
closed.
wind does.
So yeah, so there was so
I
that
hear
was
about that all the time
I
on the
always
weather.
watch scary movies, and I'm like, no one's like that. No one says that.
Apparently she
There are. There are.
We
Right
found
in
you.
front of me.
I don't know. My parents just always said I had a vivid imagination with that stuff. I used to like
Nope.
sleepwalk.
You see demons and stuff. Yeah.
I used to sleepwalk with like my eyes wide open, and I'd be like, it's coming for me, mommy. And then just start, like, laughing. And, like, my mom used to be so freaked out by it. Or she'd hear, like, maniacal laughing. And she'd open my door. And then I'd just, like, lift my straight up out of the bed, like, sit up. And then I'd sit up really quickly and just start laughing really hard. And my mom's like, are you okay? And I'd just be like, ah, and then lay back down and go to sleep.
You were possessed by the robe woman.
Well.
Are you fucking insane?
Yeah, and then one time I, like, sleepwalked into her shower.
You can't move on from that.
Was like, I have to get my hands clean. And she was like, what is happening? I was, like, 6. Yeah.
You were 6?
Yeah, like, walk into the shower and...
I don't know how much more you can blow my mind right now, honestly.
I legit want to, like, vomit right now. That's so disgusting.
I'm terrified. I'm 100% terrified. So this has followed you your whole life, and your parents just don't believe you.
They just said I have a vivid imagination.
They're They also said you were imagining wasps, which are loud bugs that are giant. In the house, the same house.
I'm just a paranoid person as it is, so they're just like, she's just...
You're okay, but you weren't paranoid and then the stuff happened. You're paranoid now because that stuff happened. You see how it works.
Is this therapy? What are you doing? What are you saying?
Come on.
To me. No, another scary story. My friends used to hang out with me after school. Like, we'd take the bus.
That is terrifying. Sorry.
The bus route would drop us off right behind my house. So we would just go in through my backyard and we'd hang out after school. And one day we were filming Vines. And
nice.
We were at the foot of the stairs. And my friend was like, oh my god, guys. Oh my god. And was like freaking out. And I was like, what? And then she's like, you're not gonna believe me, but there was definitely a little blonde girl with pigtails just, like, staring at us at the top of the stairs. And I was like, shut up. Shut the F up. Shut the F up. Shut the F up. And, like, I didn't want to look, and I was too freaked out, and me and my other friend were too freaked out. So, yeah.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm never visiting you ever. Okay? I thought it'd be fun at some point. No. Actually, scratch all the demon stuff. Even just with the wasps, I would come to Seattle just to burn your house down because it's evil and there's a cursed past with your house that is eating you. It's possessed you. No wonder you don't like water because you know who doesn't like water? Satan. Satan doesn't like water.
Holy water.
Okay. Just this. You need help. You need help.
Oh, and I guess another weird thing was, like, one time, my brother went into his room and he kept hearing, like, shuffling, and everybody was downstairs, and gross. So he went into his he went into his room, and his door kind of, like, opens when you put pressure on it, like, you don't have to twist
like a regular door does.
Like you don't have to twist the doorknob, like, sometimes it'll just open if you bump into it. So it opened. And it opened from the opposite side it normally does. So we were like, oh, that's weird. And we just thought it was the wind blowing.
Wait, hold on. Describe that again. It opened how?
So, like, if you're, like, walking next to the door and you bump it when you're in the hallway, it will open. But, like, nobody bumped it in the hallway. And, like, his window was open on the opposite side, but the door still opened, like, towards where the window is. So we were like, the wind blew it open from the window, ? But blew it towards the window. So he was confused what happened, and so he went to go check, and then, like, he lifted his blanket.
There we go again.
He lifted his blanket, and there was, like, a little angel figure that he has in there in his room, like that he has next to, like, his religious, like, crosses and stuff. And yeah, it was just, and it's not like it fell from the little shelf onto the bed, because it was like 3 feet away from the bed, not like it was right above the bed. But yeah, so that was just, like, under his blanket, and he was really freaked out. My parents were like, well, don't freak out, see, it's a guardian angel, like, angels are good, so it's just telling you that there's a guardian angel there. No, my mom was like, it's a guardian angel watching over you, it's telling you it's there, see?
Your mom also told you to kill yourself, so I wouldn't take her advice.
She told me again this week. She's like, like, on Amazon they have a pill that supposedly makes it painless, and I was like, yo, Mom, what are you talking about?
This week.
Yeah.
Wow, jeez.
Anyways, that's my scary saga.
Your life is a scary saga. You don't even have stories. It's like, if anything, the stories are of, like, normal things that happen.
Yeah, I
This
tell
is
that.
terrifying. I
I'm
don't
like,
even.
yo, did you hear this crazy thing? I had a good day today. Can
Nice.
you believe that?
This
That's
is how
crazy
this is how
story.
horror movie starts. You have a good day, and we're all gonna die.
Yeah,
To be
that's
fair,
all that doesn't
though,
work.
I would love a horror movie with us three and some other characters in there. That'd be fucking good, dude.
And I'm just like, guys, it's just our imagination. Didn't your parents ever tell
It would
you?
literally be Nick and me. It'd be five. The movie would be an hour, but 5 minutes with Nick and I in it, because we would leave you, and you'd be like, "It's nothing," and then the rest of the hour is you being possessed and
And then on the
Daniel and I
last one-
driving home.
It just cuts back from like you getting like just
Yeah,
cut
it's like
and
a
everything.
buddy road
back
trip.
to us
Yeah, it's
just
a buddy road
driving.
trip movie.
I hope she's
Buddy-
okay.
buddy road trip film, and then like me like in the last girl setting of like just fighting for my life. Like,
That is
I'd
terrifying.
watch that. That sounds like a good movie.
Even if
The
I
stuff
had
you-
a scary story, it wouldn't compare to that. So.
And then
yeah.
the movie ends with us meeting like for the podcast at the end of the week, and you guys were like, "How was your week?" And we're like, "Fine."
Fine. This is after you've been
Implying
possessed.
that this is so successful that there's a movie spin-off.
It's called Unfriended. It's already made. It's the movie where they
My
all
hand's
get
in a
possessed
blender,
over
guys.
Zoom. The guy jams his dick in a blender. No, his hand in a blender. Sorry.
Yeah,
What?
Whoopsie.
that would have been so much more interesting. Really,
That would've been
He's like, "I'm gonna
hilarious.
fuck it. I'm
It was,
gonna."
but the problem with that movie is it's supposed to be scary, but it was just funny. Like, we were all laughing at it. Like, it just cut to him jamming his hand in a blender. Like, that's hilarious. Come on.
Spooky.
Anyway.
Back to scary stories with Nick.
Nick, yeah, I was gonna say, so you had scary story, yeah?
Yeah, I have two, like, significant. They're not little blurbs, though. They're long.
He's been writing down the script this whole time.
Violently typing them out. No, okay. I'll tell you, like, the spooky one first. Because there's, like, another one that's, like, you can take it for what it is. The first one, okay. So we have an apartment that we own in South Chicago. And one of our renters, he never let us go in his apartment, ever. Every time we picked up rent, he'd always, like, come out and, like, hurry up and close the door behind him.
Oh, you
And
owned
we're
an
like-
apartment complex?
Mhm. Yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't
cool.
know that.
And so...
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Look
and
at
so
you,
he'd
little
never...
businessman.
No, stop. Stop, I'm shy.
Stop,
So-
give me the rent. Break your knees.
$700, please. So yeah, he'd always come out, he'd close the door behind him, and it was always like a mysterious, like, what does he have back there? Like, what's that about? So one day, he called us up, and he told us he got struck by a truck. He got hit by a truck, and he was in the
Casually,
hospital.
As you do.
And he goes, you know what, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't have, like, a girlfriend. I don't have a wife. I don't have any siblings. I don't have any parents. No one's alive. I don't have any friends. Like, you're the only people I could really reach out to. And
Oh.
we're like,
Okay, thanks, bye.
You're like,
No,
sorry?
we're not like those
I'm
type
kidding,
of
I'm
landlords where
kidding.
we're like, oh, okay, that sucks. Like, so, like, we went to visit him in the hospital, and we'd bring him food, like, every weekend, like, just whatever
Oh,
he
wow.
wanted. Like, he'd get hospital food, but, like, we'd bring whatever he asked for, like, every weekend.
Like uncooked meat. It's red flag food. Bring me uncooked Italian sausage. What? Okay.
He's like, you guys are like, can you buy some roadkill?
Oh.
Give
Okay.
me 1 whole gallon of gasoline.
Bring me a bucket of tar. No. Fresh out.
How about a sandwich?
How about a lettuce sandwich? Okay.
So yeah, he was in the hospital, and we're like checking after him, and then we did this for months, and then it was cooling down outside. It was finally like December. It snowed really hard over here, and my dad's like, well, I have to turn on his faucets, let them drip so the pipes don't freeze. And we told him, like, is it okay for us to go into your apartment so we can, let the water run? And right away he's like, no, you can't do that, don't go in there, like, I'll be out of here soon, I'll do it for you guys. And we're like, I mean, we have the keys, and we're like the landlords, and like, we just, like, we're gonna let you know, we're gonna do
ours.
that. Yeah, like, we're just basically telling him, like, we have to, the pipes are gonna freeze. And he's just like, really, like, no, don't do that, I'll be out of here soon, trust me, I'm getting better. And we're like, sorry, like, it's gonna snow, like, tonight. It's gonna be like 6 feet of snow. Let's run the pipes, let's run the water. So my dad and I go over
So
there.
did you
and
eventually just like not like I mean, did you just eventually, were you going to do it and you just kind of like stopped talking to him?
Yeah,
Like, did you tell him like, we're going in?
We kind of like asked like as a courtesy, but like regardless, we had to do it if he said no. So like.
Well, I
we
just
were
mean
like,
like,
well,
how
we
did you
have to.
leave it? Like, did he say no and you were like, okay, but then you did it anyway?
Well, he said no, and then we're like, well, we're gonna have to if it snows, and then we turned on like the news in front of him, and they say like, oh, big chance of snow tonight, like whole 1.5 feet, and it's like, okay, well, look, we have to go. And then he said, like, he was just really like shaking his head. He didn't say okay, but like he was just like upset about it.
That's what I was asking.
So,
if he
yeah.
ever said yes or if he just kept saying no.
But he was just like,
Right. Okay.
His face just goes like dark, like
His eyes roll back into his head.
yeah.
No.
oh,
Oh. Have a sandwich.
goodbye.
Your eyes look a little peakish.
So we go in, dude. The entire apartment was filled with just everything. He was a hoarder. He had
Ew.
okay.
Ew.
So there's shelves.
Ew.
There's just DVDs everywhere, CDs everywhere, pots, pans, toys, kids' toys, everything. You name it, he had it. And that's like just the front like kitchen. And so we're like, oh, that's why he never let us in. And then we go to the living room, and there's clothes literally touching the ceiling, and there's just like a little like caved path the size of one person to walk through. Literally like 10 feet tall, like touching the ceiling.
Okay.
And it's just like a little narrow path to walk through. And we're like,
What the?
wow.
I would have opened the door and then just shut it and been like, we're going to call somebody. I'm not going in there. I'm not even joking. I'm not going in there.
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy.
I've seen
And
way
so-
too many movies. That's disgusting. Cockroach
clothes
farm is
demon.
going to fly out of there.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Nope.
pack rats. Yeah.
There's gonna be he's gonna be like eating his dead wife because you don't want to waste the food. It's just nope, scratch that. I'm gonna call somebody else.
No, so we're like, Jesus, and there's like stuff in the sinks. We had to empty out the sink to turn on the water, empty out his tub. His tub had a bunch of stuff in there.
Oh.
Empty it out, turn on the water.
Would you do it with gloves or anything, or did you just grab
Yeah,
it?
I mean, yeah, we didn't trust, like, it just looked
Okay,
dirty,
good.
so we're like...
I started scooping it out with my mouth.
This is all we have.
So we ran the water, and we go back, and we tell him, and he's just, like, all, like, upset, and he's not really, like, talking to us. He won't eat the food. He's all, like, serious. And we're like, all right, well, we'll see you later. Because we used to, like, we'd give him the food, and we'd hang out with him for, like, an hour, and then we'd call it a day. We'd leave.
Yeah, I'm not hanging with him anymore.
But, like, after that, after we told him, he was just, like, bitter and upset. We gave him the food. He just
He
like,
started
doesn't
bleeding
like
from his eyes.
No.
He's like, you know my secrets.
He's all serious. He doesn't acknowledge. He's just watching TV. And we're like, all right, well,
He's watching Static.
Staring.
Okay, bye, Joe.
so we're like, okay, well, he's upset. Like, it's understandable, but we have to do what we have to do. About 2 weeks later, he dies. We get a call that he passed away. And we're
Holy
like, oh,
shit.
Okay.
Oh my god. He's like, I'm getting
What do
better.
we do with the
told you.
stuff?
I fucking
What do we
told
do
you.
with the stuff? So
He
we're
couldn't
just
feed
like,
off the demon in his room anymore.
Stop.
Sorry, keep going.
You know how many stories there are though, like with the hoarders, where like somebody dies in there, and then like they're so bad at hoarding that you don't find the body for like months or years, and it's all stinky.
Because they're
pooping.
insane. Continue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're like, the first initial thought was like, well, how are we gonna clean out this clothes, like, and all the stuff that he has? Who do we give it to? Can we just donate it to somewhere?
Give it back to the devil.
So
back where it came from.
we're like, wow, that's unfortunate. And like, he was a big part of like some church, so the church had a thing for him. Where they
Church
give
of
him,
Satan.
No, just like a little church down the street.
Wait,
like a
so
little
he
Baptist
said
church.
you were the only ones he could call, but he had like a church community? That's so weird.
So one day, this is maybe like a week or two after he passes away. I'm talking to my mom in her room. We're setting up her new computer, and we hear dum dum, in like the far back room, our laundry room. My mom's like, "What bell?" And I go, "I don't know." So I went to go check. The laundry detergent, you know those big bottles of laundry detergent? So we put it on our dryer. The laundry detergent fell from our dryer across the room into the garbage can, and the garbage can fell.
Oh
we
my
heard
God.
it launch into the garbage can and
Oh
then
my
fall
gosh.
down. And we're like, because
Excuse
I
me?
walk in and I'm like, what is what?
Satan did a
So
Kobe.
I call my mom over and she walks over.
Kobe.
No.
Success.
Suck that, God.
Get dunked on.
So, I'm speechless. And I call my mom over, and she's like, how did that happen? And I'm like, I don't know. And so my mom and I are like freaked out about it. I tell my dad, and he's like, it probably just felt like. Of course he would say that. So, that was, that was the first incident. About a week later, my parents go off for their honeymoon, and I stayed home alone. And I'm on the phone with someone, and I hear footsteps in our attic. Just
No.
and I like paused. When you well, maybe not. When you hear something and you're like, well, that's just so and so, and then initially, after a while, you start thinking, oh wait, they're not here. Well, then what is?
Oh.
So I just in my head, I'm like, oh, that's my dad, and then I'm talking to my friend, and I'm like, I get cold blood. Like, wait,
Yeah.
they're on their anniversary trip. That's not my dad.
No.
I didn't leave my room. I literally closed my door, and I'm like, I have everything. I have water. I have snacks.
I'm
I
hiding
have...
under my
I have snacks.
I literally I had like a box of Ritz crackers. I'm like, dude, I'm good. I'm gonna live off this.
I'm good. Never leaving. Bye.
I legitimately didn't leave my room until like the next morning when they were coming back. So it was too much for me. No thanks.
You were like shitting in a cup and stuff.
No. So that was that. Like a week later, my mom, she went to the bathroom in the middle of the night. She closed the door. She's in the bathroom, and then she hears footsteps walk towards the door.
No.
And she's like, oh, it's my husband. Like, my husband has to go after me or something. So she's like, are you waiting to go in? And she doesn't get a reply. And she's like, Jorge, which is my dad's name. No reply. And then she opens the door. Nothing. No one's there.
Oh, good.
She heard the footsteps walk straight to the door. Nothing. Freaked her out. And then, let's see. Another week after that, see, we're telling my dad all this, and he's like, it's nothing. It's not. You guys watch too many scary movies, like, which we do, but, like, he's blaming it on that. Like, oh, it's your imagination. He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
So, one day, my dad, he woke up in the middle of the night, and he turns over, and he sees at the edge of the bed someone sitting down.
No.
And he's like, why are you up? Why are you still up? It's like 3 a.m. What are you doing up? And then my mom answers right next to him. She goes, what do you mean?
No.
And then he like freaks out. He turns on the lights and there's nothing.
No.
But he saw someone sitting at the edge of the bed. He thought it was my mom, like on her iPad, like charging it up or something.
Oh my gosh.
And that's when my dad like started believing. He's like, oh no, that's not right. That's not funny.
That's not funny anymore,
What
bro.
happened? Like, that freaked him out. And I've never seen my dad, like, ever get freaked out over anything. But that was, like, enough for him to be like, Because when you ask a question, you're looking at the person you think you're talking to. And they respond next to you lying down.
That is a really good thing to have in a movie. Yes.
He turned, flipped on the light,
gosh.
and then, yeah, there was nothing there. And my mom was still laying down, so...
So your dad's not superstitious at all, but he freaked out over that, so...
He freaked out over that. And then, the last thing that happened, so with my dog, we have a little doggy gate so he doesn't go into the laundry room and just get stuff out of the trash. My mom went to go move it, and it went like forward and back real quick. And she was like, no, I don't like that at all. And I'm like, what happened? And she's like, it jumped forward at me. And I go, the gate? And I saw it out of the corner of my eye, but like I wasn't like staring at it. And she goes, yeah, it went like this. And she went to go grab it, and it does it again in front of us. And we're like, oh!
No.
And we both started like freaking out, and like no one wanted to go into the kitchen because like the gate's like it's hard to explain. I don't have like a gate.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
it's coming towards you, like it falls a little bit, and then it slams back, and we're like, what? No one's grabbing it and moving it, like that we can see.
No.
It was being grabbed from the other side, my friend.
Yeah, so
the other side of world, the other side of life.
It freaked us out until finally my mom like, oh, I'm forgetting key details. I'm sorry. There's other stuff that happened. I'm sorry. Two things. One, we'd be in the living room, and our main light, it would flicker when we're watching stuff.
The classic.
Never happened in the morning, never happened in the afternoon. It was always at night if we're watching TV.
Nice.
And we're like, okay, well, it's not electrical problems, because like every certain like
it's
always
not
when
consistent.
it's not consistent in the morning. It's always at night. And then
the
another
demon
thing,
boomer, get off your phones and TV. It's not.
This
funny.
happened. No, you're fine. The other thing, which is kind of like what you're saying, basically, you'll see in a second. After the soap happened, we'd be watching TV, and we have a receiver because we have surround sound. So the receiver for our audio, it has a really loud button. When you click, it goes. You can hear the button being pressed. So we'd be watching TV, and all of a sudden you hear, and it would turn off, and we're like, "Did you turn off like on the button?" And I'm like, "No, you heard it click. You hear." And so we turned it back on. We watched TV for a little bit, and then like 5 minutes later, it would go back off. And it kept happening like through this whole thing. Like our receiver would just turn off, and it wasn't like every 5 minutes. Like sometimes it would be like an hour, 2 hours. Couple of days, nothing happens, and it turns off again. But you would hear the button being clicked. And my mom's like, I don't like this. So we literally bought a new receiver because we thought it was the receiver. But nope, just ghosts.
You bought a new receiver and it kept happening?
No. We bought a new receiver.
And it's not.
They're trying to get you to hoard. The ghost is like, buy more receivers. buy more
it's
stuff.
the guy. It's the hoarder. It's the whore. What?
It stopped literally like when we emptied out the whole house, the apartment, and then we donated it all to his church. Literally.
Oh, good. So now they're all haunted, and they're all dead.
No, he wasn't at rest because all his
weirdly,
stuff...
last year they all killed themselves.
Oh my god.
Interesting.
When we did that, my mom said she was in bed one night, and she felt the bed go down like he laid in bed with her.
Okay.
And she said like that grossed her out, and she was like, please don't do that. Like, please, you're not allowed here. Like, go to the light or something. Like,
wait, who did this? What?
My
The
mom.
guy.
Yeah, my mom felt the bed go down, and she said she got vibes that it was him, and it freaked her out. She's like,
wait, felt
why?
the bed go down? What do you mean?
As if
Like
so, you know
when
when
something's laying next to you.
Yeah, but
And
like,
it shifts.
who's she telling? I don't want you to do that. Who's she saying?
presence,
this-
she
yeah.
just said it out loud.
Oh, she just said it out loud.
It made her uncomfortable. I mean, I
Oh.
don't blame her. I mean, you
I
feel
don't
the bed
blame
go
her
down,
either.
and then all this stuff is happening. Clearly, it's the spirit. It's not a loved one.
Yeah, I'd be like, bro,
So she asked him to leave us alone.
please get out of my bed,
And
sir.
then we never got anything after that.
That's all you had to do was just ask politely.
Yeah, but
It's
like
not
all
how
the
the
weird
movie
stuff
ends.
leading up. I mean,
That
pretty
is,
much.
that's I
The
hate
stuff that freaks me out though is like seeing the person at the end of the bed. Like that's like
That's
gross.
gross.
Like that's treading on like you only see that in movies. So when it's in real life, you're like, that's gross. I don't like that at all. Like
Yeah.
disgusting.
The clicking.
or like
I like the clicking thing is absolutely terrifying to me.
the sound turning
The
off.
little sounds that are unique. That's a really scary thing in horror that a lot of people don't use. They used it in Hereditary with the tongue click. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the one. I can count the times that I've jumped in a movie on my hand, and that was one of them. And it was that got me. I was like, nope. I hate that.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few just stranded occasions where I see freaky stuff, and it just makes me uncomfortable.
Yikes.
But that's like one of like there's a whole like beginning and end to that story.
Yeah.
My mom had a
Icky.
like a childhood friend of hers pass away like I want to say half a year ago, and I didn't know about this, but she didn't know about it either at the time. So I'm saying goodnight. It was like 2 a.m. They're still up. I was going to bed for the night, and I said goodnight, and I turn off the light, and I literally at the corner of my eye I see like a black figure like within feet of me. I don't know if you guys have seen shadow people. It's literally the scariest thing. That's the first and only time I've seen it.
Yep.
So when it happened, I was just like, I'm not acknowledging that. And I just went straight to my room, closed my door, and I just like tried to go to bed. I was like paranoid for like an hour, but eventually like me being tired got the best of me and I went to bed. But like the next day I
would
told my
never
mom.
sleep, bro.
I told my
Yep.
mom, and she's like, where'd you see it? What was it? Like, blah, blah, blah. And then it turns out, like, 3 days later, we get the news that her childhood best friend passed away. And the height that I, like, explained it was the height that she was. So we just
good.
assumed that, like, well, it's her, but, like, the way it came across was creepy.
Yucky. Yucky.
Yeah, we've
very-
got no ghost stories. We have one of the opposite, like Angel Story. That's pretty
Is that
much
what
it.
your family called it?
And demons.
Well, it's like there's demon stories. I don't know what you call the opposite, but anti-demon stories.
What's the anti-demon?
My aunt.
It's crazy, but because it's Anyway, so their story is my aunt and my uncle, and they were having my
It is
cousin.
an anti-demon.
What?
Okay, continue.
And my aunt and uncle, she was pregnant with my cousin. They were at the hospital. She was in labor. Whatever was going on, it wasn't going well, and they were like close to losing the child, essentially. And then like at the peak moment where they were like, we're getting close to the point of no return here, a doctor walked in, just, movie style, like kicked open the doors, not really kicked them open, but, like came in the doors, put on the gloves, and was like, all right, and like started telling people to do things. And she came in here and did her thing and just came out of nowhere. And through whatever she did, they saved the kid. And the other doctors were like, that was nuts. I don't know how that worked. And then so when they were done,
that doctor doesn't work here. And there's like a halo going above them, like you can't see their face, and it's like, oh.
No, literally.
You basically spoiled the whole thing, but
for real?
Because basically when my aunt was laying there, like, I mean, she's in and out of it, but like she thought the light she was seeing was like the operation light, but like when she moved away, something was following anyway. So she was like, I don't know if I want to call that. But the crazy part of the story was that when they got done and she could like walk and stuff again, that they went to go to the desk and they were like, we want to thank the doctor who saved the kid, obviously, because now we have a kid. And they were like, okay, what was her name? Because her name was on the tag, and I don't remember the name. But they like told her the name, and she was like, oh, I don't know. And like they looked her up. There wasn't anybody by that name that worked at the hospital. They tried describing what she looked like, and they were like, yeah, no one that looks like that works here.
She has glowing face.
And then they asked the people that were in the room working, and they were like, we didn't know who they were. We were just going to go with it. Like, we just figured it was somebody else. So that's whack.
She has wings. She has a halo.
That's so funny. That's so interesting, though.
All the other doctors are like, move the wings. I can't get in here, man. Jeez.
Bro, move.
Come on, move. Get out of
deliver
here.
a baby.
Fucking bird, get out of here.
That's so interesting, though.
So that's a happy ending to the spooky stories.
Good. I have a happy similar vibe story. So you guys are gonna question like the validity of this story, but in my defense, I've been saying this story since I was literally when it happened, year after year after year after year, and I didn't understand the point of telling the story until literally 3 years ago. And that's why I was like, oh, I understand why I tell this story now. So, I was 2, and you're like, what? No. Trust me on this.
No,
Hear me out.
I'm kidding. No, you can have memories and stuff from then. My earliest memory, I didn't know what it was. Quick sidebar. I told my parents, I was like 10. I was like, I have this memory of being in a respirator, and like people were forcing it over me, and I didn't know what was going on. And for some reason, I felt like an animal because I had seen something where like they saved an animal, did that. And they were like, you've never been on a respirator at a hospital. And they were like, well, except for that time when you were like 1 and we took you in for like croup and they put you on a respirator. And I was like, there you fucking go. Like,
yeah, I have a vivid memory when I was like a babe. Sorry, I'm interrupting too. But my dad, like, he would walk me down the hall until I'd fall asleep when I was little because I've always had issues falling asleep. But like, my dad was like, oh yeah, I used to do that. And I remember just staring at the ceiling while he walked me back and forth and then putting me down in a crib. So I was probably like 1.
Your dad's like, that wasn't me. It was the demon.
It was the demon. Yeah.
Walking you back and forth.
My dad would set me on fire sometimes. Goo goo gaga.
So okay, Nick,
yeah, one of my earliest memories was like literally getting shots in my arm, and they're like
getting shot.
Shots. Stop. Chicago.
You know, in Chicago, we always shooting up babies.
You know how it is.
You know it is drive-by nursery shooting. Fuck
like,
that baby.
You don't remember that. And I'm like, yeah, I do. So okay, I was 2. I was in my crib, and my grandpa walks in. And my mom was sleeping, but I remember calling her like, hey, wake up, Grandpa's here. And my mom wouldn't wake up. And so my grandpa, he's like, hi, how are you? And we're just greeting each other, you know, everything's fine. And he brought his dog over. And so he picks up his dog, puts the dog in the crib. Dog's running around me in circles, licking my face. Like, it's just a puppy. No.
Daniel,
you're an animal hater. I like dogs.
I love dogs. I just don't think putting a baby with a dog that licks shit should be in the baby's crib.
That's cute. Shut up.
Why are you assuming that the dog ate feces? Not everyone's like lively
dogs
stuff.
live outside and stuff. I mean, people take them around everywhere. I don't know.
Babies
are like kids
about?
are easy to get sick. I just figured people wouldn't want dogs licking them, but
it's fine.
They need to be exposed to the
Sorry,
elements.
I guess I'm an idiot. Continue.
Or else they develop autoimmune diseases because they don't go outside.
You. They turn into you, Dan.
That's a good point.
Kidding. The dog's running around. He's licking my face, and my grandpa picks him up, puts him on the floor. He runs to my mom. He greets my mom, calls the dog back, And then he gives me like this balloon, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna go talk to your dad for a bit. And I said, okay. My mom didn't wake up this entire time, and I was calling her like, Mom, Grandpa, and she wouldn't wake up, which I thought was odd, but whatever. So my grandpa picks up the dog and he leaves. And then it was early enough where I was still like able to go back to bed before it was like officially time to wake up, because I was still in my crib. And so my grandpa leaves, I go to bed, and then I wake up when it's like a regular time to wake up, like 10 a.m. or whatever, 9 a.m. And so
Man, remember those days?
Yeah.
Anyway, man.
Being an actual infant.
So my mom's like getting me out of the crib, and I'm like, oh, where's the balloon? And she's like, what balloon? And I'm like, the balloon Grandpa got me. And she's like, oh, maybe it's downstairs. And I go, okay. Couldn't find the balloon. I didn't know where it was, but I just ignored it. And so my mom's like, what did Grandpa look like? And I'm like, oh, he's just dressed normally.
Oh no.
And I was like, he's just wearing like flannel, you know, just a little like the golfer's hat. I just called it like the funny hat because I didn't understand. And she's like, oh, okay. And then
Grandpa's
we ate
been
breakfast.
dead for 2 years, honey.
So I ate breakfast and I moved on. Like, literally, it was it. And I remember one more time later asking, like, where's the balloon? And she's like, I don't know. We could look for it. Never found the big balloon. So then a couple months later, because my mom donates to like ASPCA, which donates to the animals and everything.
What a
We're
waste.
scrolling through.
I'm kidding.
Daniel,
I'm
stop!
kidding. I'm kidding.
Anyway, we're scrolling. They sent you like a little like picture book or something. I forgot what they sent, but I'm going through it, and I'm like, oh look, it's Grandpa's dog. And my mom's like, yeah, that is Grandpa's dog, and it's a picture of like a little white scruffy dog, exact same one my grandpa had. And so my mom's just like freaking out, but I don't really understand why. And so she's constantly asking about like, what did Grandpa look like? What did he tell you? This and that. And I explained the story year after year after year after year. And it wasn't until I was in college that my mom told me that my grandpa had been dead for 2 years.
What? I guessed it!
And
Down to the year? I actually said 2 years. Did you hear me?
2 years.
What the fuck?
And
what the
hold
fuck?
on.
He's currently ascending.
I had never even seen my grandpa's dog, because my grandpa's dog died before I was even born.
What the?
What the fuck?
But I recognized it from the picture, and I was like, oh, look, it's Grandpa's dog. And my mom was like, I'd never met that dog.
What day was it? Just out of curiosity, do you remember? Or did your mom tell you?
I could ask my mom, but I really don't know. But my mom,
It was the
told
5th of May. Bet you
So
anything.
my mom told me, like, she heard me, like, saying, like, hey, Mom, Grandpa. And she, like, freaked out. She was awake, but she said it was
Oh
6
my
a.m.
Gosh,
And
that's
she goes,
terrifying.
she goes, I know if I opened my eyes, I wasn't going to see anything, and then I'd have a baby that's awake at 6 a.m., and I want to, you know, wake up
Yeah.
at, like, a normal bedtime, or a normal, like, wake-up time. Not 6 a.m., like 9 a.m. or whatever. So she ignored it, and she's, like, opening her eyes, like, trying to see, and she didn't see anything. But I'm, like, giggling in my crib, and I'm, like, laughing a lot.
Interesting.
And she said,
She
like,
turns
nothing.
around, you're just floating in the air as you're being carried out.
Hey, Grandpa!
But like I even told her, like, the dog came out and like ran to her and licked her face, like, in her bed, and she's like, I didn't feel anything, nothing. Crazy thing about my grandpa, he was born
Alrighty then.
all like super 19 like 10s or whatever. I forgot.
Wait,
what.
so sorry,
Not
hold
that
on
early,
real
not that
quick.
early.
If you
Yeah.
never met your grandpa, how'd you know it was your grandpa?
No, I met him.
Oh, you did?
So I wasn't 2. I was probably like 4. Cause okay, so I was born in 98. Let me tell you the story really quick. My grandpa had cancer, but he literally said, I want to die. I want to live to the year 2000. And he died January 2nd. 2000.
Holy shit.
So like, that's pretty cool. But I was 2 when he
Badass.
passed away. And I think this happened when I was like maybe, I guess 3 or 4. I don't remember.
That
No,
makes
4
more
because
sense.
it was 2 years that he passed. So 4.
That makes sense.
But yeah. Dogs
Jeez,
go to
that's
heaven. If
wild.
you ever worry, like,
If you're wondering.
yeah, if you're wondering, dogs go to heaven.
But so it wasn't a dream, like you were like fully
No, it was-
awake
it
and
was-
conscious and everything.
I was
That's
awake.
whack.
I was conscious. I was calling my mom. She heard me calling her, and she just didn't want me to be up. So she's like trying to see, but she didn't see anything. I'd
That
never met
is
his dog
whack.
before, but I confirmed it through the picture that we got from ASPCA. And then I always told the story like at parties, and then they would just send me off when they're done with me telling the story, and I never
Yeah.
understood. like family gatherings, like Thanksgiving, like Christmases, they'd be like, "Oh, come over, tell about the story about Grandpa," and I would just explain it. And they're like, "Okay, thank you," and then they just send me off. I'd go play with my Game Boy or something, and then like they just discuss it in the living room.
I haven't had anything exciting happen to me ever. I'm the most boring human being ever. No scary stories, no good stories.
That's because it's still waiting to happen.
Come on,
Yeah,
I want to
it's so
shit
brilliant.
myself.
You haven't
Please.
moved into a spooky place.
You know, the demons
mom
won't
used
come
to
after
live-
me because my life is scary enough. Engineering school was so fucking bad. They were like, look, we just need to leave them alone.
Nick's
true.
currently going through it.
Yeah. No, I mean, my house is fine now. My mom grew up in a haunted house.
Yeah.
She
lived-
wait, what? What about
she grew up in a haunted house.
Care to elaborate?
I was going to tell you, but you said...
Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's called listening, Daniel.
Back...
ex-wife always said that.
Don't know.
Back when she was a kid, she said, like, it only happened when the men would leave the house. So it was
Ew.
like one of those type of situations. So my mom grew up in a family of...
Sexist ghost, yes.
Yeah, it was a family of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's her mom, her dad, and then 4 brothers, 3 sisters.
Wow.
I don't think they had TV at the house, and they were always bored. Anyway, so the dad would take the kids out for baseball games or whatever you did back in the 70s or whatever, and the girls would just stay behind and do whatever. Like they'd have their
As
own.
they
like,
do with women. They say,
Yeah.
stay home and brush
Stay
your
home
daughter's
and
hair.
brush your
stay
dress.
home and cook dinner.
Mom, stay home and make the cheese.
You know, good old days.
Make the cheese.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking of a farm.
I lived in Chicago, dude.
I wasn't thinking of you. I was thinking of my sorry. I'm dumb.
So they'd be downstairs, like in the
Chicago cheese.
Mm.
You know, as one does.
That's slang
famous
for like
Chicago-
Churning butter in your apartment.
it's like slang for dick cheese. And you're like Chicago.
All right. Anyway.
Anyway, so they'd be downstairs and they would hear like running back and forth upstairs, and they'd be like, "Are they back yet?" And they'd go and check.
No,
one's
they're
home.
not.
None of the boys are home.
We're gonna die.
No, literally, like they'd freak out.
There's just some figure in there and there's nope, not them. Closes the door.
Somebody's crawling on the ceiling. Oh, okay,
Oh, look at that. That's not Dad.
that's the cheese demon.
Yeah.
So that is not funny stuff.
Daniel.
So,
He said that's the cheese demon.
Stop, Daniel.
It's not funny. I hate that you're
He's like,
laughing.
cheese joke? Yes!
Hey, let me laugh. Fine. It was a dumb joke. Shut
How
the fuck
cheesy.
up.
No,
Continue.
you say it was cheesy, Daniel. Gosh.
Ow.
Ah,
That was good. That was good.
Stop.
Shut
It's
the
not
fuck
that
up.
good.
we start laughing for 5 consecutive minutes.
I just started
Another
crying
thing.
blood, and they're like, okay, we're going to cut
Okay,
him off
Daniel.
from the call. Anyway.
All right, this has been the Pequeno podcast. So, my grandma, she used to, because there was a big long hall and everyone had their own like bedrooms or shared bedrooms. I don't remember how it was because I didn't experience it. But in the middle of the night, my grandma would hear like, someone get up to go to the bathroom, and she'd wait for them to go back to bed to make sure like, okay, they're not sick or something, motherly instinct. And so she distinctly remembers like someone like getting up. She hear like walking down to the hallway, goes to the bathroom, and then just nothing. And she'd get up to go check, and no one's in the bathroom. She just heard footsteps walking throughout the house. And
Well,
so
that's good. Time to move.
they were there for quite a few years until like everyone kind of grew up and went to college and graduated like high school. And so when they moved, the neighbor was like, "Oh, we're gonna miss you guys. You guys were the longest to stay there." And my grandparents were like, "What do you mean?" And they go, "Yeah, no one's ever stayed there longer than a year."
Oh my.
What the
So it
fuck?
confirms that like, yeah, there's spooky stuff happening in there.
Dude, nah, bro.
I remember I was in bed one time. I was sleeping, and I was like shaken awake, and I woke
how'd
up.
you forget that one?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just thought of this now, and I like woke up like, "What? What's going on? What's going on?" And then within a second, my mom turned on my light, opened my door, and she's like, "Hey, I need your help. Like the dog's puking." And I was like, "Did you just shake me awake?" And she goes, "No, what?" And we don't know what that was about, but that happened.
Dog is puking.
Dog is puking.
Wake the fuck up.
Oh my gosh, you're just having a seizure. And you're like,
have-
No, like legit, like
I have those
I
sensations
felt hands,
a lot.
like,
Like
just
the
flying.
point at which you're like half awake, you know? I have that stuff a lot, but I haven't like seen things. It's just
But I was in a
falling
deep
or
sleep. Like
whatever,
I woke up. I mean, I went to bed at 11, and this was at like 3 a.m. And I was like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And then within a second, my mom opens my door, turns on the light. Hey, I need your help. And I'm like, "Did you
That's
just
like,
shake
who
me
was
awake?"
that?
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about that. That happened.
Man, I wish I
Jeez.
wish I was haunted.
No.
I'm glad nothing like that has happened to me, but I'm surprised
We get
it
a
hasn't.
Snapchat tonight.
I've lived on my own now for like 3 or 4 years. Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen some weird shit, but
Is he dreaming?
your dog is
Yeah.
dead. You can't dream if you're dead.
He's running.
She just keeps adjusting the dog to make it look like to us that he's alive.
I have strings like making him move.
She turns the camera back. He's like propped up on a stick. See, look, he's awake. That was a sound he
Woof,
made. That
woof.
wasn't me. Rough. There's like it's like a puppeteering. She's got like a wire attached to his mouth. It's like wasp just like hitting
Oh my
itself
gosh.
against its head.
No, the
Wasps
wasps come
coming out of his
flying out of
eyes.
mouth, eyes, every orifice. Yeah. Nick, you know what I'm saying.
He just said
He's
wasp
filled with
coming out of
wasps. Like wasps are actually what's like keeping him moving around right now. He's being he's being controlled by them.
his eye. Woo. The old wasps coming out of the eyes joke.
Yeah,
Gets
you
me
know.
every time.
Did that happen in Candyman? Is that what that movie's about?
Yeah, dude, Candyman was good. I like the new Candyman. It was pretty good.
Spooky movies.
I love it when I don't really watch trailers anymore because they spoil too much. But like whenever I used to have a list or I kept track of, I just loved it when someone did something special with the sound design for a horror movie. Like they found another creepy sound. You know what I mean? Because everyone always uses the same things for like a couple of years, but then somebody makes like a new one, and I'm like, I like that. I really like that sound. Those are good horror movies. Like it wasn't a great, super good movie, but in the trailer, that sound of, you know what I mean? It was something like a violin / laugh. It was like,
Where it's like, "Wah, wah, wah, wah." Yeah.
Love that. It sounds so cool.
Yeah. I
I
like
don't know
it.
where I was going with that, but anyhow.
Did you want to pitch a new sound? Make like a wet fart.
Make a wet fart over reverb and then
Like that would be the ghost that would haunt me. Is like the old shitting man. He died shitting, and he continues to shit for hundreds of years. Just I'm like, who is that?
No, it's like
It only happens when company's over. This is a
I
genius.
go in there in the
cash on
morning.
this
There's just a
idea.
bowl full of shit in the toilet. Ew.
dude, that would be
Well,
such
it's
a
clogged
good
again.
Well, it's clogged again. I try to flush it, and like flies just come out of the toilet.
That'd be such a good
Ew.
ghost though, like one that's just pranking you. Like it's just farting only when there's people over and like you smell it. It's like the phantom fart. Like
What are we talking about?
that'd
Write
be
this down.
hilarious.
Write this down.
Write this. Come on, we need a
The
show, guys.
farting
We're
man.
great.
This is Blumhouse will eat this shit up.
Literally.
That's the sound that's gonna be in the trailer. We'd be really good at sound design, guys.
Yes.
course.
Please
Everyone
hire us.
in the theater is like, what the fuck is that?
This is the worst thing I've seen.
This is the worst thing I've ever heard. In fact, I'm like angry. I'm not scared. I'm just mad.
Angry.
We can make stuff that's so bad that it gets like popular.
A
Like
cult following.
yeah.
I feel like the
those.
stuff that gets the cult followings are just stuff that wasn't intentionally like bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
There is a certain style where that works, but sometimes it's like it has to be like The Room, where it's like they did not
Yeah.
mean for that to be what it was.
Yeah, I saw
But-
that movie like years ago. Like my friend was like, "I need to show you my favorite movie," and then they made the one where James Franco like did the behind the story of it, and like he was
Oh, that
freaking
movie's
out.
good.
Yeah, he was
That's a
freaking
good
out when that
movie.
came
Disaster
out. And was
Artist,
like,
yeah.
and he was like, "We have to watch this right now."
Want to skip to the notes and then let everyone
night.
live again. I'll
Yes,
turn
for
off the
fever.
bomb for the week. You're free to live for a week, Juliana. No problem. All right,
thank
I've
you.
not read this one yet. Should I have read it? Okay. Anyway, all right, so this one is from Smithy, Alabama. Things have been pretty rough lately. I've been vomiting and shitting nonstop for the past day and a half with absolutely no end in sight. I basically have Pedialyte. What's that?
It's like a electrolyte.
You don't know what Pedialyte is?
Give it to little kids,
You ever been
or you
sick,
drink it when you're
dude?
sick.
Hey, you drink it when you're sick so you don't get dehydrated.
I never have been dehydrated my whole life.
Your parents are like, we really want to kill this kid off.
Why won't he just die? Golly.
Mom, Ignore him.
Just shut him the fuck up. Give him his Legos. Show him the news. Anything.
Oh my.
Honey,
basically
do you
have
want to play Al
Pedialyte.
Qaeda Legos?
You know, as a child does, that's a normal child with friends and everything. I basically have Pedialyte mainlined into my veins at this point. Even without this illness, I'm dealing with it, and it just feels like I'm living every day for the weekend, and nothing any of us does has any real effect on anything. Wake up, go to work, come home, go to sleep. What's the point? You have all these aspirations and goals that keep getting pushed back due to the need of keep endlessly working. Yep. It's all really depressing. Life is starting to seem shorter and shorter, and our biggest achievements and milestones feel like they're behind us. So honestly, life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, airplanes, it's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales, woo! Tales of daring, do bad and good luck tales. Also, a quick question. Who would win in a fight, a Xenomorph or Tony Hawk? Keep in mind, Xenomorphs can't skateboard. My Instagram is @titty.
Titty.
I love
Does
the
that
ads.
exist? It's not.
It has to. It has to.
Tony Hawk for sure, because you could just buy, a gun.
Tony Hawk with no gun. Tony Hawk with just a skateboard. Who would win?
Oh, you didn't say that. You didn't say that. So
Oh.
therefore,
fine,
Tony Hawk
fine.
can. Let's
I
say
think Tony Hawk with just
has
a skateboard
everything.
would still win. Because all he would
Chuck it
do
at
would be
him.
like, radical, breaks the window, and it gets sucked out the window, and that's just the end.
Who's to say this isn't space?
Yeah.
That's a good
How's he
point.
riding?
They're at a
it?
skate park.
Skate park in
I mean,
space.
this could be anything. They could be in a skate park. It's a skate
Xenomorph
competition,
skate
and
park.
whoever wins lives, and whoever fails dies.
Nice.
That'd be
Tony
nice.
Hawk all the way, dude.
True.
All the way,
Next
dude.
question.
He just starts
Like-
doing flips off of the alien, like, just straight up, like, he's like, get effed, because like, the head is kind of shaped, like,
Yeah.
weird. He
He just
just,
keeps ramping above it,
Yeah,
and people are down below, like, clapping, and
They're like,
9 out of 10.
They're playing Blink 182 as a song.
Oh, golly. Love Blink 182. Next one from Turntable Troglodyte. Squid Gammon on Netflix? Never heard of it. The only Squid game I ever played was the childhood classic where my dad would ask me how many fingers he was holding up, and if I guessed wrong, he would smack me in the face with the family octopus.
as you do.
He would smack me in the face with the family octopus. Both his hands were used to hold the critter, so I have no idea how I was supposed to know how many fingers you were holding up, Dad. The octopi slime takes weeks to wash off, and all the children at school would dub me Slippery Sam. My name doesn't even rhyme with Sam, you skanks. The strife runs deeper than Molman Mormon in an underground salt cave. The ketchup is second to eels as elements which should be napalmed off the face of the earth. Shoot the Space Needle to the
still
moon,
going.
and George Washington will weep. 20 euros guaranteed.
What?
Just evolved into absolute
This sounds like what my fever dreams were like. Like, if you wrote them down, that's just perfectly describes them.
Those are always. I wish I could remember my dreams, man, because I know I have wild dreams, but I sleep so little and I don't remember enough when I wake up. It's just depressing. All right, this one is from My Name is Captain Dickhead. Nice.
Nice.
I want to publicly announce that Smithy, Alabama, for doing what should not have been done. I mean, come on, guys. I like to dabble within the realm of comedy, but all this guy does is he takes it way too low. As in kneecap low. I met him at a party one time, and he was wearing a necklace that read "Out for Lunch." And when I asked him about it, he yelled, "Swiss cheese, that sounds right with me," and threw a piece of cheese at my suit jacket pocket, which I lay out for myself in my bed every day like Anderson Cooper. Have you ever played the game Skyrim? That's where Smithy, Alabama lives, in another dimension. It's like this, and like that, and like this, and I'm going to beat him in the thumb war. Meet me at the mailbox, Smithy. Cold face. I swear, I'm in a fever dream right now.
It's like this and like this and like that.
I can't show you all the emojis, but it is very colorful. And seen. Sincerely, me, Markiplier. I missed that part.
Christ.
And then the last question was from the Foxhawk. Another riddle, I see. You park on a driveway and you drive on a parkway. What the hell is wrong with English? No kidding. You park on a driveway and you drive on the sidewalk and you hit people. What's up with that? What? I sent a GIF.
A what?
Maybe
GIF?
other
A
people
what?
sent a GIF.
Oh, what?
That's what the guy that made it wants it called, so that's what it is.
Nope.
Well,
I don't understand everyone being so aggressive.
Rules were
over
made
it.
to be.
Because it sounds nasty.
What do you
GIF
call
is
the peanut butter?
GIF?
What
Yes,
do you
the
call a
moving
giraffe? It's just the same thing. It's just
GIF.
Yeah. G-I-R. GIF.
Graph.
You can do it both ways.
GIF stands for graphic.
Yeah, there you go.
There's okay, whatever. We're not doing this.
You're like, not here. Not here. Not
Subscribe
now.
to the highest tier Patreon to see Daniel and I have a word fight.
Ding ding.
Word
Go,
fight.
go.
Sounds like the nerdiest thing ever. Let's do it.
Fine, let me shoot you in the face.
Word All right. Time to plug things. I'm on the internet everywhere as Señor Pequeños. Yeah, Nick.
I'm on Instagram as I really got to change all my stuff to be
You do.
the same thing all over.
It's so nice. to have the same thing
Instagram, I
everywhere.
have no swag 97. TikTok, I have no swag 98. YouTube, Nick Ochoa. I think that's it. Do I have stuff anywhere else? I'm not promoting the other ones. Anyway.
Oh, I'm livelihood.
That was really
genuine. Thank you.
I have livelihood.
I am lively. I have comedy.
Yes.
Where do
That's
you
what they
have
call me.
comedy?
Where do you have comedy, Lively?
From my brain. I have it. Instagram.
Where is it hosted?
Yeah, and
There
spell
you
it out.
go.
Spell it out, because you had to be difficult.
And
Go
it's,
ahead.
Nick froze. He was so pissed.
Spell it out. Spell it out.
It's lively. H-O wait, but the O's are zeros, I think.
God.
Underscore 0D. There you go.
You'll never
there.
find her. It's in the bottom of the
I don't
description of the
exist.
podcast, so just find her there.
Oh, check our Instagram. We have an Instagram.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
podcast
yeah.
has an
Oh,
Instagram
yeah.
and a TikTok. It's doing very well. Thank you guys. Have a lovely spooky week and have a beautiful Halloween. Yay.
Have a beautiful Halloween, guys.